A cash account and a margin account can look almost the same when you first open the app. The difference usually shows up after you sell something, you try to trade again, or you notice your buying power doesn't match your cash. A cash account is closer to I'm trading with my own money, and a margin account is closer to my broker may give me more flexibility and in some cases may let me borrow against my account. That one choice can change how the app treats your money. And before we go any further, this is for educational purposes only. Broker rules can vary. Let's start with the cash account. In a cash account, you're mainly trading with cash that's actually available. If you deposit $500 and buy $500 worth of stock, you use your cash. But when you sell that stock, the money doesn't fully settle instantly behind the scenes. In the United States, most stocks and options currently settle the next trading day. That's called T+1. T is the trade date, so T+1 just means the next trading day. If you sell on Monday, that sale usually settles on Tuesday, assuming Tuesday is a normal trading day. That timing can trip you up. The app may show proceeds from that sale, but depending on the broker, that money may not be usable yet. On Robinhood, for example, a cash account may simply tell you that you don't have enough buying power when you try to put in the trade. Other brokers may warn you about using unsettled funds and selling too soon. Cash accounts are simpler because you're not borrowing from the broker, but they still have rules. A good faith violation can happen when a cash account buys something with unsettled funds, then sells that new position before the original sale settles. Some brokers, like I mentioned, Robinhood, may block the trade before that happens. Others may allow the buy, then warn you or restrict you if you sell it too soon. So in a cash account, speed is limited by settlement. Now compare that with a margin account. A margin account can give you more flexibility. That may include using unsettled sale proceeds sooner, getting instant buying power from your deposits, assessing certain options features, or borrowing from the broker if margin investing is enabled and you qualify. The word margin can make this sound more confusing than it needs to be. Having a margin account doesn't always mean you're actively borrowing money. It means the account can support margin features. Whether you're actually borrowing depends on your broker, your settings, your balance, what you're trading, and whether you're using buying power beyond your own cash. So don't panic just because the account says margin, but don't ignore that either. Once borrowing is involved, the risk changes because margin is not bonus money. It's borrowed money from the broker using your account as collateral. If you use it and the trade goes against you, losses can hit faster. You may also owe interest on any of that borrowed money. And if the account value drops too far, the broker can require you to deposit more cash or reduce the risk in the account. That leads right into buying power. Buying power is what the app says you're allowed to use for trades. But buying power isn't always settled cash, and it's not always cash you can withdraw. If the app shows $800 of buying power, that doesn't automatically mean you have $800 of settled cash that's sitting there. That number could include settled cash, unsettled sale proceeds, instant deposit access, or margin buying power. The app may combine those into one clean looking number, but the source of the money is what's important. Before placing a trade, especially in the margin account, check what you're actually using. If it's settled cash, unsettled funds, the instant deposit buying power, and borrowed margin, they're not the same thing. They don't all carry the same risk. A cash account may slow you down because you're waiting for funds to settle. A margin account may speed things up because the broker may let you trade before the cash fully settles. That flexibility can be useful, but faster doesn't automatically mean better. That brings us to margin calls. A margin call sounds dramatic, but the idea is pretty simple. If you borrow from the broker and your account drops below the required level, the broker may require you to add more money to reduce the risk in the account. Imagine you use margin to buy stocks. That stock falls. The account value drops. At some point, your broker may say, you need to deposit more cash, deposit more securities, or you need to sell something. And if the risk still isn't fixed, the broker may be allowed to sell your positions in your account to protect the loan. And this is the kicker. They don't have to wait until it's convenient for you. They don't have to sell the position you would have chosen first. And they may sell during a bad moment in the market. So margin risk isn't only about bigger losses. It's also about control. You may want to hold. The broker may need to reduce the risk. Those are totally different priorities. Account type can also affect day trading and options. In a cash account, day trading usually comes back to settle cash. If you keep reusing money before it settles, the settlement rules can become the problem. In a margin account, day trading rules and intraday buying power can work differently. Some brokers have updated how they handle day trading, so make sure you check the current rules inside of whatever app you're using before relying on something you randomly heard online. But I appreciate you watching. Options can also vary by account type. Some strategies may require a margin account. Some brokers may limit certain option levels in a cash account. Approval can also depend on your experience, your objectives, your financial information, and the broker review process. So if one account has access to features and another doesn't, account type might be a part of it. But it's not the only factor. And just because the app lets you request a feature doesn't mean it's a good idea to use it right away. A few mistakes are worth avoiding. Don't treat margin like free extra money. If you're borrowing, that money has a cost and the broker has a claim on the account. Also, don't treat buying power like cash you can withdraw. Buying power is for trading. Settled cash and withdrawable cash are different numbers. Next, don't assume a cash account has no rules. Cash accounts avoid margin borrowing, but they still have settlement rules. And don't switch account types just because margin sounds more advanced. A margin account may unlock flexibility, but flexibility can help you make mistakes faster if you don't understand what changed. So before placing a trade, know what kind of money you are actually using. A cash account usually keeps things simpler, but settlement can slow you down. A margin account may make the app feel smoother, but borrowing can add interest, margin calls, and force selling risk. So before jumping in, know the rules.